Hi, I'm Rita. Welcome back to my booktube channel, Life Worth Reading. Today we're going to be talking about my August TBR, and I'll be playing my TBR game. Tarot picks my TBR. First, as always, just to get it out of the way, let's talk about my July TBR and what I did and didn't complete off of that list. I read a lot of books in July. I'm still like waiting to do a wrap up, but I haven't yet. But I really need to do one because I still have May books, June books, and now July books to talk about. So it's going to be a long one. Also, before I go any further, like, the sun has already set and I look so pale. Like, I literally just went on vacation and I got so tan, and now you can't even see it because I'm so pale because of like all the artificial lighting in my room. So the lighting is pretty much crap, but we're going to ignore it and we're going to move further. So let's talk about my July TBR. Let's get it out of the way. I did not finish it, okay? I didn't. It was a good reading month for me, but I mood read a lot more than I was expecting to. So first I got the death card, which was to read a horror book. And for that, I did finish the prompt. I picked either Fever by Samantha Schweblin or In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead, and I ended up reading both for the Summerween readathon. I still haven't uploaded my vlog for the Summerween readathon, but I did vlog it, so it'll be up sometime in the near future. So I did finish those. Then I had The World, which was to read a book set in a different country, and I picked Swimming in the Dark by Tomasz Jutrowski, which is a book set in Poland, and I didn't read that one because I need to read it for a video, but I haven't started that video yet, so I just didn't read that one, so that one is out. Then I got The Magician, which was to read a fantasy book, and I picked The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang, which I was supposed to read with my best friend Jess, my bestie from Verity Books, and I just didn't. I'm sorry, Jess. She has moved on without me, and honestly, good for her, because I am so late every single buddy read. I honestly can't, but I was supposed to read The Dragon Republic and I haven't yet. And then I had The Five of Swords, which was to read a 5-star prediction, which was Read at the Bone by Jacqueline Woodson, which is actually on my bookshelf right there, but I do not want to pick it up. But I did finish that, so I finally read at the Bone, which was great. Then I got The Eight of Swords, which was to read a recently purchased book, and I had two for that book. For that prompt, I had The Book of S.C. by Megan McLean Weird, which I have finished, and then I also had A Lad's Away by Darcy Little Badger. I still have like 30 pages left, but I'm still counting it as a success, honestly. Today's the 1st of August, and I'm going to finish it tonight. I'm counting it as a success. I don't care. And then lastly, I got The Seven of Swords, which was to read a book that was translated to Portuguese, or a Portuguese book. And I picked The Prophets by Robert Jones Jr., which was a library book that I didn't get to in time, and I had to give back to the library. So I still do really want to read The Prophets, and I will. But yeah, I didn't for that month. The thing is, I didn't complete all the prompts, but for the prompts where I picked like 2 books, I read both of them. So it's like I was successful in some ways, just not all the ways, you know? With that out of the way, I should get a punishment this month, but I don't feel like it. August is vacation. I'm going on vacation tomorrow with my parents. We're going to have a good time. I'm mood reading my way through. I picked up some library books. I'm going to bring my own books. I'm going to listen to audiobooks. I just want to mood read in August. So I've only picked 5 cards from my tarot deck. So I'll be reading 5 books. Yeah, I think that's all that I wanted to say. So without further ado, let's just get into the card picking section, which I have already filmed. So here's that. As I mentioned, I'll be picking 5 cards from my deck. I just do not want to overwhelm myself in August. I have been mood reading and it has been feeling great. So I actually don't want to set myself like a high list of books that I need to get to. I want to give myself 5. I want to read those 5, and then I want to give myself the freedom to mood read for the rest of the month. So as always, I have the Mistake Mondays deck. Here we I have to separate them, so let's do that. let's start shuffling the major arcana cards. Let's pick the first card. We have the High Priestess. As you've seen, the first card that I picked was the High Priestess, and this prompt is to read a book with like strong female characters, strong like female energy, or anyone that identifies as such. It's not about the gender in itself, but it's more about like that divine energy that we often associate with like women and goddesses and all of that. So the book that I picked for this prompt is The Pull of the Stars by Emma Donoghue. This was a book that was in my library try a chapter tag. It's a book that I still need to read before I give it back to the library, and it's about like abortions and women's reproductive rights during the Spanish flu in Ireland. So it's women-centered, absolutely. It's about women's reproductive rights. It's about women's rights in general, I do believe. And so I think that this might have like a strong cast of women supporting each other and fighting for their reproductive rights in a very, very hard time, which was the Spanish flu. And I feel like this is a theme that is very accurate for today's time, and not for the best reasons, as we all know. And so I'm very interested to read this book, and it was one that honestly came to mind right away when I took out this card. And our second card is the Wheel of Fortune. Then we got the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune means I have to like randomize my Goodreads TBR. And so what I will be doing is I'll be screen recording on my phone. I'll be screen recording just me, I think me picking a random book. I'm going to search like random number generator. Oh yeah, I forgot, I need to check my Goodreads first. God damn it. I need to check my want to read. Okay, I have 136 books, so the maximum number is going to be 136. And let's see, 28. Wow, okay. So if we go on this list, I'm going to organize it. Oh, it's by average rating. No, I don't want that. By author, maybe? By author. And let's go to number 28. Do I need to count them? Oh shit. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I will not be reading this 1276 book. Like, I will not be doing that. No, that's a no. I can't do that. Should I pick a different number? Okay, I'm going to pick a different number. 6. Why is it only giving me classics? I don't want a classic. Okay, I'm going to pick it by title, maybe? And we're going to pick number 6 from the titles. Okay. Okay, so number 6. Oh my god. We have An Arrow to the Moon by Emily Exarpan. Actually, I was supposed to read, oh my god, what is that name? What is the name of that book? This author's other book, hold on. The Astonishing Color of After first, but I haven't yet. So it doesn't have the best reviews actually, but okay, we're gonna do that. An Arrow to the Moon by Emily Exarpan, because I will not be reading The Count of Monte Cristo, and I'm not really in the mood for classics right now. So Pride and Prejudice, I do really want to read that, but not this month, besties, not this month. I'm not in the mood for that. So those are our 2 books yet, and I think that we have 2 great books so far. So let's continue. And our last card from the Major Arcana. Oh no, it's the Tower. Okay. Next up, I got the Tower. Now the Tower, this card is chaotic, right? And so for this card, you have to go watch someone else's like worst books of the year list, or someone's, for example, like since we're like mid-year, like someone's mid-year freakout tag where they talk about the worst books I've read so far this year, and pick a book from there. So without even thinking too much about it, if you can let me know in the comments which one is your worst book of the year so far, so I can have some ideas. But for this card specifically, I thought again about my bestie Jess from Verity Books, and I remember that one of the only books that she has DNF so far this year has been Hamlet by Maggie REFERRAL, because she really wasn't into it. She really like wasn't feeling it, right? And so since I haven't read Dragon Republic with her, I have to kind of punish myself, and I have to go read one of the worst books that she has read so far this year, which is Hamlet by Maggie REFERRAL. So that's what I'll be reading for this card. Let's put the Major Arcana to the side, and let's start shuffling the Minor Arcana for our last 2 cards. Our 4th card is the 8 of Cups. Oh damn, I didn't notice that we had another card here. Then we got the 8 of Cups, which is to read a recently purchased or a recently picked up book, and I will be picking Confessions by Kayani Minato. This is a thriller. I don't really know what it's about. A lot of people love it. It's like a Japanese classic thriller. Not like classic as in it's old, but like a very, very well rated thriller. And I'm really in my mystery thriller bag, so I really want to get to this. It's a short read. I think it's going to be great to like bring on vacation. I absolutely fucking hate this cover, but it's a library book, so we'll be reading it. Okay, our last card is the King of Wands. Okay, so those are our cards for August. Also, my camera light is flashing, so if it dies and I have a different angle, like, it is what it is. And finally, I got the King of Wands, and any king means to read a book that intimidates you. I could pick like a number of books for this, but the one that I'll be picking is A Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter by Theodore Goss. Why does this book intimidate me? Because I love Meg with books. I love her. She's incredible. She's everything to me. And she has raved about this specific series, but it's a trilogy that's very like hit or miss for people. So it's an intimidating book, because like, what if I don't like it? Like, I got this second-hand book that I'm obsessed with. Is in such good condition. I think it's never been read. And I'm really excited to get to it, but I'm also terrified that I'm not going to love it, because it's like historical, but it's like satirical I don't know if I'm going to vibe with it, but I'm going to try. So that's another book that I'll be reading this month, and the last book on this list. Here we have the final TBR. We have one book missing, which is An Arrow to the Moon by Emily Exarpan. But we have The Pull of the Stars by Emma Donoghue, Confessions by Kanei Minato, The Strange Cage of the Alchemist's Daughter by Theodore Goss, and Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. I'll be reading a lot more other books, I hope. I had a really great reading month in July, so I hope August is the same as well. But these are my books so far. Let me know which books you're most excited to read in August, and if you want to check out my Tarot TBR game, I will leave the Google Docs link in the description down below. As always, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more bookish content, and I'll see you in my next video. I hope you have a nice day, and always remember that life is worth reading.